Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and my updated setup video. I thought it might be a good time to do this on Black Friday, as there's obviously sales everywhere if you're looking to pick up any of the stuff I show off in this video. I'm gonna focus a lot on the various Elgato products I have, because as you probably know, I've been sponsored by Elgato for years now actually, and I've seen them grow from just having capture cards to having tons of products. Today I actually use 9 different products from them during like a normal live stream, so I'm gonna go over all of those briefly and let you know exactly what I use them for. And if you're interested in seeing my full specs for any of my PCs or anything I use, you can check out my setup document in the description below, because I'm not gonna go over every little component I have in my PCs and so on. So that document is all for you. And since it is Black Friday, I know a lot of you are gonna be buying stuff, obviously, probably on Amazon. And if you're planning to buy anything on Amazon, please use the link in the description below, as if you click that link and buy anything, you will be supporting the channel at the same time. It doesn't matter what you buy as long as you buy something on Amazon after clicking the link. And Elgato is also having some spread out sales, depends a little bit on where you live and so on, but I'm gonna put some links in the description below for some good summaries that will give you links no matter where you live to the different sales that they have. And you're gonna see a bit of mixed footage in this video. As of right now, you're seeing how the setup looks right now today, but there will be a few snippets of old footage as well when I'm showing off specific products, if you're wondering why the setup looks a bit different. But as you can see, I'm still rocking my same 4 monitors as before, with my two stream decks, 2 mice, 2 keyboards and 2 PCs. And I know at this point it might be worth just playing and streaming from one PC, but I still rock the dual PC setup because they are a few years old and it works really well for me. One of the PCs for all the playing, editing and basically everything else, and then if I'm streaming, I use the second PC dedicated for streaming to make sure I get the best quality out there. And I also just wanted to give a huge thanks to Elgato for supporting the channel and working with me for so many years. They've always been amazing to work with and see them grow into all the products they currently have, and supporting me through tough times when I didn't live stream for almost a year. So huge thanks to Elgato for continuing their support, and I'm very proud to be an Elgato partner and be able to use and promote their products. But if we then get to the 9 various products I use from them and what they're used for, we of course first of all have the capture card. I use the 4K 60 Pro, their kind of beef version, where I can capture and stream 4K, pass through at high refresh rate, and it's ideal for my dual PC setup. So I play on my gaming PC and then I clone the gameplay over to my capture card in my streaming PC. They obviously have tons of capture cards, both for just 1080p 60 FPS and for higher resolutions, as well as a capture card that does not require a PC but just captures straight to an SD card as well. So if you're interested in any of the capture cards, just check out their website and they have some really good guides for that. Then we have the Camlink, which basically turns my camera into a webcam. I'm still using my Sony Alpha 5100 as my streaming camera because it works really well. It's starting to glitch out a little bit, but it really has some high quality, and you can see an old comparison I did here when you compare my USB webcam to when I got the Camlink hooked up to my Sony Alpha 5100. So very happy with that setup, and it really bumps up your quality a lot. And then we have the green screen empty, that's of course hung on the wall behind me. It's a bit wider than their normal green screen, which you can put on the floor and kind of pull up. I have both of them, but I only use the green screen empty as it's obviously a little bit bigger. It hangs nicely on the wall and it doesn't take any room. But if you're not able to hang up your green screen, or if you want to record on like a remote location, it's really easy to just carry the other green screen with you and pull it up. Then we have probably still one of my favorite products, the key lights, because as you probably remember, before the key lights I had these huge soft boxes that were so warm, like my entire room turned into a sauna basically. But then Elgato came with the key lights, which are adjustable LED lights, very compact, doesn't take any room at all, can just clamp onto the desk, and you can control the actual key lights with your phone app, PC, or just the stream deck like I do. When I start the stream, they turn on automatically basically, and then you can adjust the strength, the color temperature and everything like that. They do also have a cheaper, smaller version, the Key Light Air. I have not tried those myself, but I'd imagine they are just as effective, maybe just not as strong. And then we have the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck Mini, which I both use, and you might be wondering, why do you have 2? Well, I've got one for each PC. So my main Stream Deck is for my streaming PC, where I can control the scenes, start a stream, play sounds, trigger events, and do everything like that basically. And then I've got my other one hooked up to my main PC, where I just control my microphone and Discord, audio levels and things like that. So I'm only really scratching the surface here. I know there's so many like scripts and macros and stuff you can add to these Stream Decks. You can basically do anything with these Stream Decks. I haven't really changed much on them for like a year or two because I've got everything I need, but I know there's way more stuff you can do with them. And then we have the multi-mount, which I currently use to hold my camera. As you can see, it's crammed in a little bit of a awkward space, but thanks to the multi-mount being very flexible, I was still able to put it right there in between the monitors. But you can use it for your microphone, camera, or really anything you want to fix in a position, because the multi-mount has a lot of different parts you can buy to make it fit your needs, basically. And then we move on to some of their newest stuff, the Wave 3 microphone, which is the newest addition to my setup, actually, which is probably why you haven't seen it a lot. And I've got it together with its pop filter as well as shock mount. It's really a fantastic quality USB microphone, and it has some neat features such as the fact that you can just tap it on top to mute the microphone, which is I think is incredibly helpful if I'm like talking Discord and I just want to talk to someone next to me without having to go into Discord and mute it or anything like that. And you can adjust your audio levels on the microphone as well. And lastly, it looks really damn slick. And it also includes the 9th and last product that I use in my setup, the Wavelink software, which again is only a software. It's not something physical you'll see in my setup, but it's an incredibly powerful audio software that's included with all of the Wave microphones, which basically splits up the audio into different tracks, something that I think anyone who has recorded a game clip know that it's really annoying that if you, for instance, listen to music in the background, you're gonna hear that on the gameplay. But now you can really easily play music in the background, but you can select that the music will only appear in your headphones, but it will not appear on the stream, it will not appear in the recording. Like I can, for instance, listen to music while I live stream that you guys can't hear, so I don't run into copyright issues. Or I can do the opposite and make sure something plays for you guys and not for me. Or I can adjust the volume so I don't hear the game audio at all and you hear it at full volume. I get the control of basically making the recording or stream, and my headphones have different outputs, different levels, something I was not able to do before, which is just incredibly helpful. And obviously you can link all of that to your Stream Deck as well to make it even easier to control. So as you can see, Elgato has a ton of helpful products, and I know you don't need all of them, but since I've started using them, I just feel like there's none of them I really want to go back to. I don't know how I could live without any of these products because they all feel a very important role in my setup. And then lastly, I wanted to go over a few other parts in my setup that I know a lot of you always ask about, which is like my headset, my keyboard, and my mouse. And as for my headset, I use my Corsair Void wireless headset, which I'm honestly really happy with because I've had a lot of headsets sent to me from Corsair, Logitech, Asus, and Asus one I did not like. It started like the fabric on the side started coming off after a while, and the Logitech headset was pretty good but didn't fit as nicely on my head basically, versus the Corsair Void I really enjoy because it sits nicely. I can have it on for hours upon hours and it doesn't hurt at all. It sits really nicely so I can like wave my head back and forth and it doesn't fall off. It has great audio quality, and yeah, I really don't have any complaints about it. And as for the keyboard, I've got the Corsair K70 keyboard, which as a lot of you know, it's like one of the most known keyboards on the market. It works perfectly just as I want it. Nice clickety clack from the mechanical keyboard, and it has, you know, like the play next song and such buttons that I think are also helpful. Other than that, I don't really have too much preferences as for a keyboard. I just want that play, pause button, next song, and then just that it feels nice to type on. And lastly, we have maybe my scrappiest piece of my main setup, which is my mouse, which is actually an old Logitech G400S mouse, which is kind of taped together on the bottom because some parts started coming off. And I do actually have some more modern mice that I use like for my laptop and such, but I'm just so comfortable with this mouse that I just don't want to switch it out as long as it doesn't break altogether. So that's why I use such an old mouse that basically is falling apart, but it just feels nice. I'm very comfortable with it, and since you know how important that is in like a shooter game, that's why I've stuck with it basically. For my streaming PC, I've just got an old Asus keyboard and Dell mouse. It doesn't really matter because all I do is basically click start stream, stop stream, so those aren't really important at all to my setup. I could technically have any mouse and keyboard for that. But yeah, I think that really wraps up my setup video, and if there are any questions about the stuff I'm using or you feel like it's something I should have brought up, please let me know and I will respond to you in the comments below with any clarifications I can. And again, check out Elgato's Black Friday sale, check out the Amazon link, check out the setup document if you want to get more details. It's all in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.